Good morning, everyone. It's Teresa with Jeremiah Dreams. How are you this morning? I am ready to do a little bit of creative things with you guys, and I've got my coffee right here. As you jump on, say good morning. Let me know where you're watching from. I am always curious as to where everyone is from. It just amazes me how technology just brings us all together all across this world. So say good morning. Let me know where you're watching from. And since this is kind of a coffee and creating time, let me know what is your favorite coffee flavor. So I am more of a morning breakfast blend, and I have to have it's vanilla caramel creamer in mine. Good morning, Sherry. How are you this morning? Tell me where you're watching from. I am always curious to know. And there's Kim. Good morning to you, Kim. And you guys, let me know where you're watching from. And then let me know what's your favorite coffee flavor. If you drink coffee, you may like a flavored coffee or you may like a flavored creamer. I myself, I'm a breakfast blend coffee flavor kind of person. And then I add my vanilla caramel creamer. Can't do without that. So, good morning, Valerie from California. Boy, it's really early there, isn't it? Well, thank you for waking up with me this morning. Kim is from Virginia and she likes the Italian sweet cream. Ooh, that stuff's good. I've had that before. I am a rut person as far as when I find a flavor I love, I'm kind of like stuck. I'm just in a rut with it. So Sherry is from Florida and she's a hazelnut or French vanilla. Yes, my French vanilla is my number two, but this vanilla caramel is really speaking to me. Good morning, Tracy. How are you, my friend? It's so good to see you this morning, bright and early and ready to get going. Good morning, Janet, South Carolina. You're a donut blend with French vanilla. Ooh, that sounds really yummy too. Oh my goodness. Y'all, thank you so much for being with me this morning. You guys, I have an inexpensive idea for a tiered tray. And I went shopping yesterday at Hobby Lobby because I did my very first live sale last night. And so I needed to get a few things for that. And while I was there, I thought, there is a different style of tiered tray I want to create. I've only made one other tiered tray and it was all glass. So Janet's okay. I've already got your comment. Good deal. I'm sorry. I apologize. Good morning, Diane from Virginia. How are you this morning? Um, so while I was there, I came upon some things I want to show you because I wanted to make kind of a wood tier tray, but I couldn't ever find the wood pieces that seemed to be what I really wanted to do for the style I wanted to do. So I came up with Plan B, and I'm going to share that with you guys this morning. So I'm going to share my screen and let you guys see a little bit better what I've got going on. All right. I found at Hobby Lobby, this is a wood candlestick. It was not very expensive. That was the other thing that was concerning me was everything I was running into um, was a little pricey for what I wanted to do. So this is a wood from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby. It is unfinished. This was only $2.49. It was not on sale. So if I happened to catch it on 40% off, it would have really been a good price. So there's that. Then in the fall section, they had these plates and chargers that are the faux wood look. And I think if I refinish this candlestick and then put it all together, it's going to make a very cute tiered tray. So that's what I've got up my sleeve. Got a little something on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I also picked up, where did I lay it? Right here. I got some of the wax. You guys have seen this stuff before. And let me just set these chargers out of the way just for a little minute. Just turn it around and put it right behind me. Um, so I'm going to use some of this wax. I think I'll just put it in the lid, and that way I won't have to mess up another little plate. Okay, get a baby wipe. Now, y'all, I'm going to tell you, this is the first time I have used any of the wax. I have watched a lot of my creative sisters do it, and I have not done it yet. So I'm going to take my first little spin at it. And this is the antique wax that I think is going to be a very, very nice color, except I'm getting it on me. So I'm going to have to really kind of, let me turn this on the inside where I've already used it and get it a little bit thicker. I think what I may need to do is brush it on and then use the wet wipe to wipe it off. But let's see if we can't do it this way. Because it's with the raw wood, it's kind of messing with the wet wipe a little bit. So let's just use, and I'm just going to use one of my brushes that's not one of my favorites. I just cleaned one a second ago. There it is. And let me do this. Let me just wipe it on with that, or brush it on, and then I'll go back and wipe it off. So tell me how you guys are doing. There's Judy. Good morning. Yes, Tracy. I've been trying to figure this out without being deeply invested in wood. But I think, and here's the other thing, when I do a tier tray, and I did this with my glass tier tray, I don't want it all to be center. I like for it to be off center so that underneath it allows me a little more room to put some little taller things. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I probably should have brought some little latex gloves in here. Did I do that? Nope, I didn't. It's all right. I guess I'll clean up. The only thing I worry about is like I decided a couple of years ago I was going to start treating myself and getting my nails done, and I budget for it and everything. And so I just got my nails done. I really don't want to get them all messed up just yet because I've got to go at least another week. But y'all, I think it's really important as women because we are caregivers in our homes. And I think it's really important to find ways to be good to ourselves. And I had always wanted to get my nails done because my nails are horrible. And let's see if I can hold it this way. Um, and as I budget for my hair. I get my hair done and cut and colored and all those things. So I budget for that. And I decided, you know what, this year, this was like 2 years ago, I'm going to start budgeting to have my nails done. And so I go every 2 weeks and get them done. And that was one of the best things I've done for myself. So this year, I have budgeted to add in a pedicure once a month. Now, that is a twofold reason there. Number one, I'm getting to the age where my feet need help. And I just can't see them as well as I used to because they're just too far away. And I wear bifocals, and it's like I never could get my head in the right position to see my feet well enough to take care of them myself. And I thought, enough of this. So I added in my budget to do pedicures this year. Okay, I got this brushed on. Let me pour this wax back into the lid. Let me wipe all this off and get a baby wipe and just kind of go over this and get the excess off. Isn't that a pretty color? That antique wax really made a pretty color on this wood. I'm just going to lightly brush it. I have to say, this is my first time, as I said, to use the wax. I'm pretty impressed with it. I can see doing this more often in my future. I'm just kind of going over this, and I'm not worried. I love the variegated coloring and staining of the wood. So it just makes it look a little more rustic. Okay, so that's kind of how that looks. Let me get some of this excess off of my little bottle here, and I'm going to put this lid back on. All right. Now I'm going to pull over my chargers again, and we're going to put this baby together. And then we'll probably have some time to work on another little thing I've got going on for autumn. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to attach the smaller plate. Good morning, Julie, and Brooklyn from Massachusetts, and Deborah from Florida. Judy likes Columbia medium brew with, pumpkin spice creamer. Hey, Nancy from Alabama. Yes, Tracy, you are so right. In fact, I was looking at the already constructed tier trays yesterday, and they were running about $50 and they were not on sale. So these plates, so yes, because these plates, these faux wood chargers and plates are in the fall section. So they're 40% off right now. And the plate is regular price $4.99. I don't know if you can see. So it was 40% off. The charger is $3.99 at 40% off. So you guys, I did not spend a ton of money on this project. And it's going to be beautiful, I believe. It's going to have that wood look that I was looking for. So the first thing I want to do, and I'm going to do two things here, y'all. Excuse my little dog. I've done everything I can to keep the curtains closed so he won't see any of the deer or squirrels or birds or whatever seems to get him started. But he chases my cats, and there you go. The typical dog-cat love-hate relationship. All right, so I'm going to put a little E6000. Hopefully, let me get, oh, I think it's gotten clogged up a little bit. Let me just see if I can't get some of this dried glue off. There we go. It's coming out. I've had this for a while too. I probably need to buy a new tube. And I'm not putting a solid amount because I'm going to put hot glue in between that is going to keep everything together until the E6000 cures. So in between these dabs of E6000, I'm putting hot glue. Okay, got a string that won't let go. Now, on this, I'm going to put this right on the center of this plate. This is the top part. I'm going to mash pretty hard to get a good attachment. I'm going to hold this just for a second for that hot glue to kind of take hold so that it'll grab hold. It's probably good enough. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to set this kind of toward the back. Now, I don't want it to be too off because I don't want too much overhang in the back. And I know this may be a little difficult to see. Let me see if I can raise my camera up a little bit more. Get a little bit of an adjustment so you can see a little bit better. So let me tighten it up. Sorry about this, y'all. I thought I had everything kind of set. But this is turning out to be a little bit taller than I expected. And some fuzziness you see there is just glare from the cameras, from the lights, I'm sorry. Good morning, Janet. Thank you so much for spreading the dreams. Okay, so I kind of know what I think I'll do. Just let me get my pencil. I'm going to kind of put a dot where I want this to be. Let's see. Let's do it about right here. We're just going to guess. I'm going to just kind of put a little dot. And then, again, I'm going to get my E6000. And I'm going to put a good, generous amount through here. Kind of clumping it on there. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to close up my E6000. And I'm going to use a tip that I think it was Bev Johnson maybe that I got this from. Take a little bit of Vaseline and put it right around the edge of my tube opening before I put my lid on to keep it from sealing or sticking shut. Okay. Set that out of the way. Get some hot glue. And I'm going to put this hot glue in the center. I'm being generous with it. And in between on these edges. It's going to hold everything together until the E6000 cures. And now I'm going to put my wood candlestick right on it, and I'm mashing down pretty firm And I'm going to hold it here just for a minute. Thank you guys for painting the blessings, Miss Judy. Hey, Janet, I know whenever I saw that, I thought, well, of course do that. Of course use some Vaseline to put on there to keep it from sticking and giving me fits later. Okay, I'm just going to hold this for a little minute. And I think that has it. So there is a very cool, let me see if I can kind of angle this a bit so you can kind of see. There's my candlestick. We've got a faux wood tiered tray. I like the 2-tier. Some people, you may want to go ahead and do a third. I kind of like the 2-tier. And let me show you how much room. So here's some little fall things I've created. This is a little crate that I made. I got this from Dollar Tree. It's got the little, trying to turn this where you can see, like the little handles inside. And I painted it and napkinized the edges. And I've got a rock here to kind of stabilize it so it won't tip over, because I took some little metal sunflowers from Dollar Tree and put that on there. So it's a little tipsy toward the front. And let me see if I can bring you guys down. So maybe you can see kind of what I'm going to do here. Let me tighten this up a little bit. There we go. Whoops, it's still wanting to fall. Sorry about that, guys. I love all the angles. I just need like cameras every which way. Okay, let me scoot this back a little bit too. Here we go. This will help. Good morning, Pauline. Yes, Janet, on Mod Podge also. Thank you, Kim. Hey, Marie, how are you? Thank you. And thank you, Pauline. So here's kind of this. I have this other one that I made. I call this one like a trio of blooms. And this one could kind of go on top. Let's see if I can slide it again. Maybe I go this way. There we go. And then I had made this fall garland. And then you can kind of just drape it. And it's got a little tag on it that says Fall Blessings. I got all this from Dollar Tree, except for the beads. I already had the beads. And then just kind of do something like that and just have fun with it. I am loving my glass tier tray. So that kind of gives you an idea of the height of it now, so that you've got plenty of room to decorate. I don't know. I think it's really, really cute. And it's not super heavy like wood, true wood would be. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Now I'm going to take all this off and I'm going to set this to the side. And then I've got another little project that I've been doing on my page that I thought we would work on this morning. And I'll show you that. Let me carefully put these all back where I had them. But once that E6000 sets up, it's going to be very, very sturdy. I think that turned out really nice. Thank you, Miss Judy. So you guys, I am taking orders on these little fall deco things for tiered trays. If you guys are interested. Oh, I got to show you. Hang on. I meant to already have this over here. Another little tiered tray decoration. So I had gotten these. These were in the fall section too. Look at this. I painted these. Okay, I got to get my hand out from in front. A little pumpkin on these little mini boards. They are out of them at Hobby Lobby, at my store and online. I have found some on Amazon, but they're shaped just a little bit different. But I've painted a pumpkin. Here's an acorn, and I put a little twine bow on there. Whoops. There's an acorn that I painted. I'll hold it up a little bit closer so you can kind of see the detail. And then I painted these leaves, and I think the leaves are my favorite. So they would be perfect for tiered tray decor as well, however you want to arrange them. See, they'll kind of sit up there like that. So there's those. And I'm taking orders for those as well. So if you want to purchase one of those, and they are all, let me set this out of the way. They are all hand painted by me. Each one is hand painted by me, and it's my design. So anyway, there's that. Okay, here's the other thing. I have been working on, these are just little pieces of scrap wood, and I'm going to bring y'all closer again so that you can kind of see what I have going on here. So these are little pieces of scrap wood. I've made a couple of others already. I'll kind of show you. These are all just painted little scenes on these little pieces of scrap wood. And the scrap wood is from, oh, how cool, Judy. That's a great idea to put their initials on there. That is awesome. Thank you, Miss Janet. Thank you, Pauline. Girl, Pauline, if you got some of those little boards, you could have a ball fixing them up. So I like this little one because it's got a little cat in the window, put a little lamp that's on, and just some little details, making it look like a little house. These pieces of wood came from, I made a wood chevron shape or chevron styled wood clock for my kids. And these are the scrap pieces from that. And this one is designed a little bit more, maybe Christmas, maybe not, because we've got a curtain kind of sticking out. But I put a little wreath on the door for this one, and it's got a little front porch with the little banisters there. So this one that's kind of the blue and white color, I want to do for fall. And why is your favorite, Janet? Oh, good morning, Glenda. How are you this morning? I'm so glad you're here. So I've been working on, I've got sort of sketched in on my live. We did this already. Sketched in a tree here that's going to be autumn. And I've got some steps with a door and a transom above the door. I've got the windows based in. But I wanted to show you, I'm going to do this tree. I want to show you painting is something that's pretty fun. And it doesn't have to be super detailed. It doesn't have to be super difficult. I just want to show you it can be easy. Let me get a little bit. Let's see, I want to put my wax away. So I'm going to get some brown. This is actually a warm brown color. And I'm going to put this in for the base of my tree. I'm going to get my flat brush, and I want to use sort of a medium flat brush. Get a little bit of water, and I'm just going to thin down my paint a little bit. I like to thin it down a little bit. It just helps with the flow of things. Sometimes when you get the paint right out of the bottle, it's pretty thick. So I'm just going to paint this warm brown right on this where I think the trunk is. And I wanted it to kind of carry over into the side. So we've got our trunk going up through here. And I'm going to let it extend on into where I want my leaves to be. Just a little bit. Make sure my bottom's covered well. Make sure this edge is good. And I'm going to let that sit for just a minute. And then I'm going to start on just putting in some leaves. And y'all, this is not hard. Let me show you. We're going to do this. I want to use some pretty fall colors. I'm going to start with a dark green first. And this is actually a Christmas green. But I need to start with the dark colors first, so it kind of sets up the foundation for the leaves and things. So let's see. I have a brush that's not really good for painting, but it's really good for other effects. And I've hidden it from myself, but I've got other ones. Let's just use this one. It's kind of a strange flat brush and not one that I'll necessarily use for painting. So what I'm going to do, I'll stick my brush in the paint and I'm going to dab off. And I'm just going to start just dabbing in like so, the shape, the foundation shape of my tree. And it can have gaps. It doesn't have to be totally solid. And it doesn't have to be perfectly round. Okay? Y'all can do this. And this could be something, just make a big, you could use this technique to make like, so Judy, you were talking about doing initials on these little boards for your daughter and daughter-in-law. And you could use this technique to make a little wreath ring around their initials. Just give you a little bit of foliage. And I'm trying to carry this over to the side. Okay. All right, there's that. Now I want to add in some fall colors. And let's see, what do I want to do? I'm looking for, here, let's do this. This is actually called Ripe Apricot. I love this color. Oh, thank you, Miss Deborah. Girl, Judy, this is just my fun and therapy, I guess you could say. Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm going to use the same brush. I've cleaned it off. I'm going to tip and then kind of dab off because I don't want it to be too much. And I'm just going to start adding some of these colors into the green. Always sure that when I stick it in the paint, I dab it off. I'll be sure and get this side. And I don't want it to be too solid, but I want to have a good indication of this color. So this is the next darker color. I like working from dark to light when I do something like this. That's just my preference. And I want to be sure and bring this orangey color on into the edges too. I don't want too much green being on the outside, okay? So there's that. Now, I want to add kind of a lighter color. I'm going to use this caramel color. It's sort of a goldy yellow brown kind of shade. It's this color right here. Using the same brush, I'm going to tip it in and kind of tap off the excess. And I'm going to add some of this in here, and it's going to give yet another little tone. I love fall. You guys, fall is my favorite season. It starts to cool down, but the colors are just so vibrant. My birthday is also in the fall, so that helps too. But look at that. Just by dabbing on this paint, you get this effect of the foliage of the tree. Now we need some really pretty yellow. I don't want to go to, I really want a gold. I almost bought a gold yesterday and I didn't. I don't think I've got one, but we can make it. So here's another good little thing. We're going to make our own gold. So this is some lemon. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my palette and we're going to mix. We're going to start with this caramel. Let's see what shade we get. Oh, that's going to make a really pretty gold tone. Look at this. Can y'all see that? That's going to be very pretty. I want it to be just a little more yellow than brown. So I'm adding a little more of the yellow in there, but that's going to do great, great job. So you can kind of see the bridge or the marriage between the caramel and the lemon. And we've got that nice other tone in there. Hey, Jennifer, good morning. Oh, you are so precious, girl. Goodness. Okay, I'm just kind of scraping off the excess. I'm going to get my same little brush. And I'm going to, come here, Baxter. That was just Mama. That wasn't anything outside. I kind of made a little bump and he thought it was something he needed to take care of. Okay. So I'm going to add in this gold color. Look at how that's kind of popping. Can y'all see that? Let me hold it up a little bit more so you can kind of see how this gold is just kind of, and I'm being less, I'm not doing it as much as some of the other colors. It's just adding the right tone to give this some interest and some color. Be sure and get my side over here. And I'm even going to carry a little bit of it down just because I'm thinking about the shape. I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick up some green. I'm going to kind of bring my tree up a little bit. As I look at the overall shape of it, I'm just kind of extending that. Hey, Baxter, come here. Come here. He probably sees squirrels, y'all. The squirrels sit out on my deck and they just taunt him. It just seems so deliberate, and I'm sure that's what he sees. He's such a little boy. Okay, I'm going to pick up some brown, kind of add this in. I'm just extending the shape of the tree. Here he comes to tell me, did you see a squirrel? You did? Well, you need to stay right here with Mama. Well, tell me. Yeah. Was it? Okay, come here. Okay, I'm adding in some of that apricot, the ripe apricot. And now I'm going to pick up some of the gold and kind of, Baxter, that's enough. I know. Now you're jumping up on my leg to say, but Mama. And I think I need just a little bit more of the green, just sparingly right through here. And I'm just going to kind of soften that a little bit. Sometimes, you know, you get into a piece and you think, I need to change the shape of that a little bit. So there is kind of an autumn tree without a lot of effort. Now, we probably need to work on this trunk just a little bit. And so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to use some of my brown that I laid in there first. I'm going to go ahead and add some of that back in because it needs another coat, but I wanted it to dry a little bit to kind of see what it needed. So you guys, I'm going to be offering a monthly workshop for $12.95 a month, and we're going to do a project every month together. And I added that link in my description. So if you'd like to be a part of that, I would love for you to be a part of that. I want to add in just some little branch indications through here, just very subtle. Very subtle. Let's see if I can get this where you can see a little bit better. And we can always go back and add some detail for shadow. Y'all, the shadowing is what really sets a piece apart. Let me turn this around and look at it a little bit for myself so I can kind of see what's going on here, what I think I want to do. All right, I'm going to get some really dark. I want this Java. I am in love. It's a chalk paint, but I love this shade. It's called Java. It is a really dark brown, but it works great for some shading. So I have a little detail brush. This is a Zen brush. It's a 5.0 Zen round brush that I just love. Thank you, Miss Judy. Yes. Hey, Francis. How are you? Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Oh, Janet, listen, I can teach you. I can teach you. Thank you, Tracy. I've missed a lot of your comments. Oh, girl, Jennifer, I'm telling you, it is just, it's therapy. Therapy. So what I want to do, I'm going to turn this around a little bit so I can see a little bit better. So I'm going to take some of this Java, and I'm just going to kind of add in indications of the trunk, just to give it a little bit of life instead of just being so flat. And I'm just kind of just streaking it in, y'all. Getting a little bit of a paint lesson this morning. Just streaking it in. And then I'm going to take and get this part over here on the side. I really love when things carry over to the side because it just gives it interest. I don't like really, really flat things. Now, I'm going to take a dry brush and I'm just going to kind of mash what I've just done and I'm just dabbing it in so it's not just lines anymore, but it's effect. Baxter, come here. I'm going to add a little bit more right through here. And I'll hold this up so y'all can see. Y'all, I am so sorry. I've been having a lot of work done in my house too, to get it ready to put on the market. And I need to downsize. And I've had so many workers come in through here, and it has really got his nerves tore up a little bit. So here's kind of how that trunk looks after adding the Java in there. All right, so I need to add a little bit of detail, and we've just got a few more minutes left together. And I'm really going to be intentional with this Java right through the leaves, and that is my shadow to kind of really bring it to life. Make sure y'all can kind of see a little bit. I'm just pulling that paint down so that we've got some indication of shadow. Okay, so we added these little branches up in here. So to help them kind of stand out, I'm going to do a little bit of streaking on them. And I'm going to take my dry brush and just pounce that in a little bit so that they do stand out. Get some more Java. I'm basically just putting the color on there and then pouncing it. It's the best word I know. Okay, so now we've got that kind of based in, so now I'm going to add some shadow indications to this branch so that it looks a little more realistic, has a purpose. And I'm doing this to what would be considered the underside of it, where I think shadow would sit. Turn this around a little bit. I am so sorry Baxter's tore up this morning, you guys. Bless his little heart. His little nerves are just kind of shot right now. I know, baby. But y'all, if I put him up in a room, he would bark, and y'all hear that too. So I'm going to get a little bit of caramel and add as a highlight to the top of to the other side of this branch. And just kind of blend it all together in the middle. Like so. And if I feel like it went too far, I can always go back and add some more Java and work that back in. And then I'll show you, I'll turn this around where you can see it a little better. So that's kind of how that looks, because we like to have some branches up in the leaves too. Okay. So y'all, that's kind of what I have going on. I'll be working on this some more on my lives. Need to add a little bit more right through here. And this is really an autumn piece as a part of the little village I've started. So I hope if you guys will join me over on Jeremiah Dreams. I do other things than just painting. We do all kinds of stuff. So come hang out with me. We have a wonderful time in there. And it's just a great group of people. And I would love to have you as a part of my group. But you guys, that's about it I have for today. Let me bring my camera back over. I need to swap this. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So that's what I've got for today. Oh, Janet, thank you, my friend. So Tanya says your pets are part of us. Oh, thank you so much for understanding. He's my little boy now, I'm telling you. And I have 2 cats, and they're my girls. And he'll start chasing them through the house, and I say, now, Baxter, I'll fuss at him. I say, don't chase the girls. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Francis says her cat perked up. That's so funny. Oh, my goodness. So funny. Thank you, Pauline. Oh, Janet, thank you so much. Yes, I would invite you to follow me over on Jeremiah Dreams. So, you guys, I have to scoot off to work. So, I'm going to end just about 5 minutes early because I need to hit the road and get my stuff together too before I walk out the door. But listen, thank you for joining me this morning. It has just been a joy. I hope you'll join me again. And you guys have an amazing day. Find a way today to be good to yourself, to do something kind for yourself. We ignore ourselves far too often. And if you will be kind to yourself, you will find that you will be kind to others as well. You have a wonderful day, also, Janet. Yes, Miss Francis. You guys, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your time with me. I don't take that lightly whatsoever. So, y'all have an amazing day, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.